Communication on the road. First question, are you a good communicator? Now some of you might be saying yes, some of you might be saying no. And there is some ways to find that out. If you can actually communicate what you need across to other people, do they get confused? Do they not understand what you're saying? Those are some signs that maybe you're not a good communicator if you don't understand what you're saying. So anyhow, you have to figure that out on your own. But we're going to look at today communication, the exchange of thoughts, messages, and/or information by speech signals, writing, and behavior. It's like nonverbal behavior that you give to people and things like that as well. So why is this important with driving? Communication is a key concept with safe road driving. Crashes happen a lot of times because one driver does something that the other driver does not expect or doesn't understand. So let's look at these. First off, the signals. Now that's the turn signals, okay, by the way. You have right and left turn signals. This lets other drivers know where you are and where you're planning to go. So if you're going to be signaling to slowing down as well, that would be like your brake lights. Signaling to change lanes, that's your turn signals. Using your emergency signals, that would be your like hazard lights or four-way flashers. And of course the horn would be to warn different things if you're stopping and or just some type of emergency. Also, your headlights can be a signal. These lights can be used to signal the following situations. You can flash them. You can actually, if you pull the turn signal in most cars toward the driver and let go, that will flash your high beams on and off. Okay, and that's a big communication for different things. And what that could signal is there's a danger on the road. So if you're driving and there's an accident that you just passed, you could flash to people, hey, slow down, there's a danger ahead. Or if there's some type of limb down or tree down on the road, you could flash your lights to say, hey, look out, there's a problem ahead, please slow down. Or if there's police patrolling the area or part of the road here ahead, you could sometimes people flash the headlights. Now it's not legal to warn of a potential speed trap, but that it would be one way other people communicate with the flashing of the headlights, just to let you know. Brake lights also communicate a lot of things. Brake lights are used to tell drivers that you're slowing down or stopping your vehicle completely. You could also use your brake lights by tapping them lightly to warn someone to back off if they are tailgating you. And so just tap your brake lights to tell them to back off there. Four ways. Now the four-way flash is this little button here, and that's the symbol. It could be on different types of buttons, but it looks like that. And typically red. Tell other drivers that you're moving slower. So like if you're on the highway, you might be behind a truck and they have the four ways on. They're just saying, hey, I'm moving slower than most traffic and or the speed limit as well. Please don't run in the back of me. I'm letting you know that. Also, if there's a problem with your vehicle, you could put them on. And especially when you pull off the side of the road, put them on so people don't hit you from behind, because sometimes people get tired and they follow the brake lights and tail lights, and if they see your tail lights on, they might run in the back of you because they think you're on the road and you're not. That's the four ways on sort of says, hey, pay attention here, don't hit me. Now back to turn signals. Now turn signals tell people that you're turning left or right, or you're switching lanes like on the highway. So if you're traveling under 35 miles an hour, so like in front of the school, you have to put your turn signal on 100 feet before the turn. Now how far is that 100 feet? It's a third of a football field, just from end zone to end zone, so that gives you sort of a visual there, but that's how far ahead you should do it. Over 35 miles an hour, like on the highway especially, you want to do 300 feet. That is the length of a football field from goal line to goal line. Is exactly 300 feet, so that can give you a good visual how far ahead you need to actually put your turn signals on before you change lanes, before you exit, and so forth. Hand signals is another way to communicate. If your turn signals all of a sudden fail, okay, or if you're on a bike, or a motorcycle that would not have turn signals, you could use these hand signals. This hand signal is indicating that that this driver is turning left. So if you see, I'm just pointing out that way. If he puts his hand up like that, he is turning, you guessed it, right. You say, why don't you put your hand this way? Well, you can't see it was inside the car. Now, motorcyclists can put their hand pointing to the right because obviously that makes sense. But usually they don't because they have a throttle on that side. And the hand down like this, open palm like this, is indicating that this person's slowing down or stopping. It's the same as the brake lights. Honk or not to honk? Well, using the horn. Okay, basically the horn can be a valuable thing, but sometimes people overuse it, and sometimes they don't even use it enough. When to use it? Approaching a blind or narrow curve, like along Walgo Road through that lower underpass. You know, you're going really slow underneath that underpass. You can't see things very well. It would be appropriate to give a little blast of the horn to get the attention of another driver or pedestrian who can't see you. Maybe they don't see you or not paying attention. It would be okay to just give a little blast. You don't have to slam the horn on them, but you get the idea. To avoid a collision. All right, you're driving, you see someone's going to pull out, you hit the horn to avoid a collision, or someone's coming into your lane from another lane. You could give a sharp blast, say, hey, back off. Could be pedestrian or bicyclist as well. If you lose control of your vehicle and are moving towards someone, okay, like you're going down the hill, you're hitting some black ice or something, you hit the horn to let people know, hey, don't, I'm out of control here, look out for me. Don't use your horn the following: to encourage someone to go faster because you think they're going too slow for you. Don't honk by entering a blind spot by speeding up and slowing down. Do not use your horn to greet friends. And also around blind pedestrians and horses and stuff, because I live in Lancaster and I've seen it happen. People hit the horn and stuff, and the horses go crazy, and the Amishmen's swearing in German. It's not a good scene. So please don't blast the horn around horses. Do not honk if you can communicate another way. For example, a turn signal, flashing the lights, or something like that. Try to use them if you can before you use the horn. And of course, not in anger or rage. Emergency signals. Okay. That's the four-way flashes. So if you break down alongside the road, obviously you put those four-way flashes on. Let people know that you have a problem. Some other signs you can also do is raise your hood. That's a universal sign that you have a problem. Also, you could tie a white cloth or bag to your door or window. If you're going to leave your vehicle for a time, that lets people know, hey, I'll be back. My car is disabled. And you could also put emergency flashes or flares like 100 feet before, especially over a hill or around a curve, to let people know, hey, don't hit my vehicle. It's on the road partially. And, of course, you can call 911 and get the police out there to help you.